Hello friends. So far in the amine we have studied the basic nature as well as acylation, alkylation and benzylation reaction of the amine. Now the question came in a mind that can we differentiate the amine by chemical reaction? Yes, we can. So in this lecture we will see how the amines are differentiated using a chemical reaction, and the chemical reactions are carbylamine reaction. It is also known as a carbylamine test. Reaction with the benzene sulfonyl chloride. It is also known as a Hinsberg test. And the reaction of nitrous acid. These three reactions are used to differentiate a primary amine, secondary amine, and tertiary amine, as well as we can differentiate aromatic amines and aliphatic amines. Now, these three reactions are very much important in amines. They are frequently used in the amine chemistry. So let's start with the first reaction, that is carbyl amine reaction. We know that there are three types of amine, that is a primary amine, a secondary amine and tertiary amine. Out of these three types of amine, only primary amine gives a carbylamine reaction or carbylamine test, whereas a secondary and tertiary amine, they doesn't show a carbylamine reaction. That's why we can differentiate a primary amine from a secondary and tertiary amine. This primary amine, it may be a aromatic one or a aliphatic one. They shows carbylamine reaction. Now we will see the general reaction where I will put here RNH2. It is a primary amine. It may be a aliphatic or aromatic. When it is treated with a chloroform, that is CHCl3, and alkali, that is KOH, here I will write potassium hydroxide, 3 molecules, and after heating, what happens? This RNH2 group, it is converted into a isocyanide, that is RNC. It is isocyanide plus we get here thrice KCl plus twice H2. Now this isocyanide which is formed, it has a foul smell. It means that a bad smell, and from the smell we can confirm that the given amine is a primary amine. So in this way we can convert RNH2 group into the isocyanide which is having a foul smell. Now, how the reaction occurs? Let's see. Here, a chloroform and KOH is used. Dichlorocarbon is formed by the reaction of chloroform and KOH. So that I will write here Cl which is attached to the carbon, a Cl here, then again a Cl hydrogen. When it is heated in a alkali, then a KOH is having a positive charge, it is having negative charge. It will abstract this hydrogen and the electrons are shifted here. So we get a carbon which is having a 3 chlorine and a negative charge. A water molecule is removed. Then in the next step, one of the chlorine is eliminated, so that here there is a removal of Cl minus, and carbon is attached to the 2 chlorine and it has a 2 electron on it. So it is called as a dichlorocarbon. Then this dichlorocarbon reacts with the primary amine to form a isocyanide. So in the next step, I will write here RNH2 plus CCl2, 2 electrons. Now this dichlorocarbon or carbene, it is electron deficient, so nitrogen directly attacks on this carbon and it will form RNH2. Then here a C, Cl and Cl. This nitrogen possesses a positive charge. Now there is a presence of alkali. So the alkali abstract this hydrogen and bond between this nitrogen and hydrogen is broken down. The electron are shifted here with the removal of Cl, so that we get here RNH, a double bond C, then a Cl. Again, it will broken down with the removal of Cl. Here, a positive charge remains, and we get Rn triple bond C. Now, look here. There are two electrons on the carbon. So I have to write here a two electrons. Here also a two electrons. Here also two electrons. And two electron is nothing but the negative charge. So the negative charge reside on the carbon, and whereas positive charge reside on the nitrogen. This is the isocyanide, which is formed from the aromatic primary amine or aliphatic primary amine. Now let's take the specific example where I will replace R group by a aromatic ring, so that here we get aniline NH2. When it is treated with the chloroform plus alkali, that is KOH, it will form N triple bond C, a negative charge, and here a positive charge, plus thrice KCl plus twice H2O. The name of this compound is phenyl isocyanide, and it is having a bad smell. So the aniline is confirmed by this reaction. When there is a formation of isocyanide, we get a bad smell. So this is the carbylamine reaction, which is used to differentiate primary amine from the secondary and tertiary amine. The reaction of amine with the benzene sulfonyl chloride, it is also known as a Hinsberg test. This reaction is used to differentiate between a primary, secondary, and tertiary amine. Only primary and secondary amine undergoes a Hinsberg reaction, or they shows Hinsberg test, but the tertiary amine doesn't shows a reaction with the benzene sulfonyl chloride. Now let's see what happen in case of primary and secondary amine. So first of all, I will write a primary amine, that is RNH2. When it is treated with benzene sulfonyl chloride, so I will write the structure of benzene sulfonyl chloride. Yes, double bond O and Cl is there. The reaction of this benzene sulfonyl chloride with the amine, that is primary amine, is like this. Here there is an attack of nitrogen on the sulfur, and Cl is removed, so that in this reaction SCl is eliminated to form RNH, S double bond O, that is sulfonyl group, and here a presence of aromatic ring. It is like a acylation reaction, but here there is a presence of sulfonyl group, so we get here a sulfonamide as a product. And if you look carefully, here the nitrogen is attached with the alkyl group. So one of the hydrogen of the sulfonamide is replaced by alkyl group. So here we can write a secondary sulfonamide as a product. Why it is secondary sulfonamide? Look at the structure here. A primary sulfonamide is like this. S double bond O and NH2. It is a primary sulfonamide. But in this case, one of the hydrogen is replaced by alkyl group, and only NH group is present. That's why it is called as a secondary sulfonamide. So from this reaction, it is clear that a primary amine, they are converted into the corresponding secondary sulfonamide. Now, when this secondary sulfonamide, they are treated with a KOH or NaOH, that is alkali. This secondary sulfonamide, they are going to soluble in a KOH or a NaOH. So I will write here a secondary sulfonamide, they are soluble in the alkali solution. Now look at the reaction for a secondary amine, that is I will write here RNHR. It is a secondary amine. When it is treated with the benzene sulfonyl chloride, yes, double bond O Cl, then in the reaction again the nitrogen will attack here, then Cl is eliminated as a HCl, then we get here RNR, and it is attached with the uh, SO2 and phenyl ring. Now the nature of this sulfonamide is tertiary. So from this reaction, it is again clear that a secondary amine, they are giving a tertiary sulfonamide when they treated with the benzene sulfonyl chloride, and this tertiary sulfonamide when they treated with KOH or NaOH, they remains insoluble in a alkali. Now, a last reaction, that is reaction of benzene sulfonyl chloride with the tertiary amine. So I will write here a tertiary amine RNR, and when it is treated with benzene sulfonyl chloride, reaction is not observed. So it is clear that tertiary amine, they doesn't undergo reaction with the benzene sulfonyl chloride. Now, in a primary amine, we get a secondary sulfonamide which is soluble in KOH or NaOH, that is alkali. Secondary amine gives a tertiary sulfonamide which is insoluble, and tertiary amine, they doesn't give any reaction. From this reaction sequence, we can differentiate whether the amine is primary one, secondary one, or tertiary one. If we get a sulfonamide which is insoluble in alkali, then we can say that the given amine is a secondary amine. Now, we will see the reaction of amine with the nitrous acid and the products which are obtained in the reaction. They gives a clear idea about the nature of amine present. The reaction of amine with the nitrous acid gives a different product which depends upon the nature of amine. So before starting with the actual reactions, we will see the structure of nitrous acid. Here there is a presence of two oxygen and one hydrogen which are attached to the nitrogen, and the actual structure is like this. Nitrogen is attached with the two oxygen and oxygen is attached with the hydrogen. This is how the nitrous acid is having its structure. Now this nitrous acid is unstable one, that's why it is prepared within the reaction when it is required. So the reaction of a sodium nitrite plus hydrochloric acid gives a nitrous acid plus NaCl. So the sodium nitrite and hydrochloric acids, they are mixed together and they will form a nitrous acid. Now we will see the reaction of nitrous acid with the primary amine. So I will write here a primary amine. In a primary amine, we will take the example of primary aliphatic amine. General reaction is RNH2, and when it is treated with the nitrous acid, and nitrous acid is prepared by the reaction of NaNO2 and HCl. Here the reaction condition should involve the temperature 0 to 5 degrees Celsius, because at this temperature the nitrous acid is stable one. So that always when we are using NaNO2 and HCl, the reaction temperature should be 0 to 5 degrees Celsius. And in this condition, the NH2 group is converted into RN2Cl. That is, NH2 group is converted into N2Cl, where nitrogen possesses positive charge and chlorine possesses negative charge. So I will write here N2Cl, and how the NH2 group converted into the N2Cl, that we will see in the diazotization reaction in the diazonium salt. Now keep in mind only NH2 is converted into N2Cl. Now this alkyl diazonium chloride, it is a alkyl diazonium chloride. It is highly unstable and it will react with the water as well as other nucleophile, or it gives a elimination reaction to gives a different product. So when it is reacts with the water, it will form ROH plus N2 plus SCl. In this way, a primary aliphatic amine is converted into the alcohol when the nucleophile is OH. Now, similarly, aromatic amine. Here I will write a aromatic amine, that is ARNH2. When they treated with the NaNO2 and SCl at 0 to 5 degrees Celsius, they also gives ArN2Cl, that is nitrogen positive Cl negative. It is aryl diazonium chloride. This aryl diazonium chloride, it is a stable one and it is giving a coupling reaction. And details about the coupling reaction we will see in the diazonium salt. So primary aliphatic amine, they shows formation of alcohol, whereas primary aromatic amine shows a stable aryl diazonium chloride, which is further going to have a coupling reaction. Now we will see the secondary amine. In case of secondary amine, we get a N-nitrosoamine compound as a product, which is yellow oil, and this test is also known as a Lieberman test, where we get a reaction of RNHR. It may be a aromatic amine or aliphatic amine, and when it is treated with NaNO2 and SCl, what happens? Nitrogen is going to attached with the NO group from nitrous acid, and here we get this type of compound. It is called as a N-nitrosoamine, and it is generally a yellow oil, and this reaction is also known as a Lieberman test. So the secondary amine, which is maybe a aromatic amine or aliphatic amine, they always give N-nitrosoamine as a yellow oil when they treated with the nitrous acid. Now let's see the tertiary amine. Aliphatic as well as aromatic tertiary amine reacts with the nitrous acid to form either ammonium salt or nitrosonium chloride salt, and in this reaction we get, suppose a tertiary amine is having a structure like this. When it is treated with the NaNO2 and SCl, here we are getting a product like this. A nitrogen possesses positive charge when it is attached with the hydrogen. It is the ammonium salt, quaternary ammonium salt plus. Similar product is obtained, but a nitrogen is attached with the NO group, that is nitroso group, and here there is a positive charge and here a Cl minus. So here we are getting a nitrosonium chloride, or a quaternary ammonium salt as a product in case of a tertiary amine. So in a primary amine, we get a diazonium salt. It may be a alkyl diazonium salt or aryl diazonium salt. Alkyl diazonium salt is converted into the alcohol, whereas aryl diazonium salt gives a coupling reaction. In a secondary amine, we get a N-nitrosoamine as a product which is having yellow color and nature is oily. But in a tertiary amine, we are getting either ammonium salt or a nitrosonium chloride. Both are having a nitrogen with the positive charge. These are the salts which are formed in case of tertiary amine. In this way, we can differentiate a primary, secondary as well as tertiary amine, and we can differentiate a primary aromatic amines and a primary aliphatic amine depending upon the reaction with the nitrous acid. If we get a stable diazonium salt, then it is a aromatic amine and which is primary one. And if unstable diazonium salt is obtained, then it indicates that it is a primary aliphatic amine. So this is how we can differentiate different amines depending upon the product which are obtained in a different way. With this, we will wind up this lecture, and in the next video, we will see the electrophilic substitution reaction of aromatic amine.